I'm Amanda Lacey. I'm pursuing a PhD in computer science at Texas A&M University. And I'm completely congenitally blind. This means I notice broken things everywhere, especially websites. So I'm starting this channel to demonstrate them so that you can see them for yourself. When I tell people that things are broken, they go, "It worked fine for me." So now you get to see it for yourself. And so I would like to start out by reviewing the website for the conference I just attended, the Grace Hopper Celebration. I would like to acknowledge that putting up a website for thousands of attendees to use all at the same time for live events and including accessibility is not an easy task. And I'm sharing a screenshot of what appears on all over their website for low vision users. It's at the very top of every page. There are 7 choices. The text can be increased or decreased. There can be grayscale, underline links, and more. But I would like to demonstrate what happens when someone with no vision accesses the site. One more thing, what makes this site interesting especially is I suspect they used AI to tag all of their images with descriptions to make them technically accessible. I will get to that later. Also, as I reference WCAG guidelines, the guidelines for web accessibility, I will include these in the show notes. I will also include a link to a blog post that I find might be very helpful, and it describes the challenges that some people faced in putting together an accessible conference. Now, the first control I encounter on the website is use website in screen reader mode. I don't know what this does. I'm already using a screen reader. That's the sped up speech that you're hearing. That's my screen reader. It is, I really do understand it that way. So I have captions turned on for anybody who doesn't. Hopefully you can still follow along and hear or see exactly what I hear. It is exactly what I hear, and there is nothing more. But this control, I don't know what it does. Does it make the website simpler and easier for me to navigate? It doesn't say. Now, there is a skipped content link. This is good. That should be on every website. It should allow, when I press it, it should take me past the standard block that is at the top of every page into the main relevant content. In this case, that's the agenda. Instead, it drops me in a bunch of text, and I don't know where I am, so I'm going to start over at the top. 9:00 p.m. Skip. Beginning of text. New line. There, I'm at the top. Skip links region. Skip to the end. End of. Skip. Heading level 1. Begin local line PHC 21. Banner. This is the banner. Heading level 1. Begin local line PHC 21. Oh, okay. There is a heading at level 1 that will take me to the top of the agenda. So headings are good because they allow screen reader users to just jump to them. Skip. Beginning of text. New line. I can hit Control Option Command and just hit H and jump there. Heading level 1. Begin local line PHC 21. Banner. This is what your event will look like after going live. This is what your event will look like after going live. I was perplexed by this text. I thought it meant the event hadn't started yet, but when I joined it, the text was still there, so I don't know what it means. 21 image. 21 image. Images should have meaningful description text that explains what they are, especially if they're relevant to the site. I don't know how relevant this is, but it's just labeled 21. End of banner. This box pop-up menu pop-up box. 307 sessions. Collapse. Color white button. Log out. Color white button. Controls should have names that describe what they do. In this case, it says color white. I don't know what it colors white or if I want to color that thing white, so I don't press it. It doesn't describe what it actually does, I think. Monday, September 27th button. Tuesday, September 28th button. Wednesday, September 29th button. These controls make sense. Thursday, September 30th button. Thursday, September 30th button. They allow me to choose days of the week. All sessions, 307 button. Or all the sessions. 307. My interests button. My registered sessions button. Interests, my registered sessions, etc. Monday, September 27th, 8:00 p.m. This is good. Monday, September 27th, 8:00 p.m. 8:00 p.m. 2:00 p.m. PTT 28. My registered session. Monday, 8:00. When several items are presented one after the other serially, their order should make sense. In this case, we have a bunch of times.
8:00 p.m.
8 a.m.
8:00
8
p.m.
a.m.
2:00
2
p.m.
p.m.
PDT.
PDT.
10:00 p.m.
10 a.m.
4:00
4
p.m.
p.m.
Your local time.
Your local
6 hours.
time. 6 hours.
I need board on the studio.
I need a board.
Name and honor of our founder. I need board. This channel provides community-driven, high-quality content that is
We're back where we were earlier. The problem here is, okay, it seems to be telling me that it's displaying times in Central Time and also in Pacific Time, but the numbers are strangely jumbled up. They're the order that doesn't make sense, and so it's kind of hard for me to tell
I need board on the studio.
when this event takes place.
Name and honor of our founder. I need board. Available 24/7. Visit. See all content. Read more. 8:00 20 PDT. 10:00 4:00 your local time. 6 hours. Sponsor call preview. Sponsor call preview. PDT destination to connect all the organizations that have come together for the celebration this year. Our sponsors include corporations, academia, nonprofits, governments, and labs. Preview is sponsor call today to see all the amazing companies supporting PDT 21. Sorry. Book 1 meetings. 1 meetings are an opportunity to connect and meet sponsors in net. Looking to fill open
I'm
positions
going to skip forward through some links using Control Option Command L and just jump forward by link.
Read more. New window start. Woman in black sleeves top. Basic poster competition. Woman in black sleeves top. Fern co-founder and CEO AKA.
This is interesting.
Woman in black sleeveless top. Fern co-founder and CEO AKA.
Woman in black sleeveless top, followed by a name and a position. All is one string. That sounds like a very, very long run-on sentence that speaks all at once and doesn't have any pauses, just like I am right now, because it's a string.
Woman in black sleeves top. Fern co-founder and CEO AKA.
Kind of noisy and hard to understand. And what kind of hair does she have? And I could ask all kinds of other questions, but the only thing it chooses to tell me is that she's wearing a black sleeveless top. Apparently that's really important.
Session made possible by 10:00 p.m. 10:00 p.m.
I could skip forward by links some more.
CCTV poster competition round 1. New window CCTV poster competition round 1 posters. New window text starting. Read more. New window text starting. Read more. New window text starting. Read more. New window text starting. Read more.
All these links that lead to surveys and all these links labeled read more should have more descriptive names. Names for links should indicate where they take you, even if viewed in isolation. As I jump between links and I don't know what is around them,
Read more.
it should tell me what I'm reading more about.
New window text starting. Read more. Next
In
button.
this case, I can't even tell from the context around it where this link would take me.
Next button. 12:00 p.m. 12:00 p.m. New window text starting. Read more. 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 New window text starting. Woman in black shirt smiling. Waterfall competition specialist. Staff call.
Woman in black shirt smiling.
110 all day live desk. Keynotes. Features. Speakers. Interviews.
And a name and a title. She works at Qualcomm.
Join live desk. Visit. New window text starting. Woman in blue crew neck shirt. Star speaker. Media personality. Active Sparrow.
Blue crew neck.
Woman in purple V-neck shirt. Brand Workers President and CEO.
Purple
Woman in purple V-neck shirt. Brand Workers President and CEO. Woman in purple V-neck shirt. Brand Workers President and CEO. Man in black jacket sitting on a chair. Hours restricted. The New York Times.
Man in black jacket. This is where I talk about AI and how silly it is that we're using it for this. So we can check a box and say, we did accessibility, when in reality we just produce a bunch of noise. AI, and first of all, I'd like to share with you how I can turn this off. Because as someone who's never experienced color,
Man in black jacket sitting on a chair. Hours restricted. The New York Times.
the fact that this guy is sitting in a red chair just tells me nothing. And it reminds me of those times I've been in public and that person just wants to tell me about everything that they see. Ma'am, do you know there's a rainbow? Come on. Let me turn this off. Now if I go into VoiceOver settings, VoiceOver utility in Mac, if I go under web, navigate images, change it from always to never. Then, much better. I can hear their name and title and it reads much faster. So to finish up, this website has several problems, despite, I'm sure it was good intent. A lot of the items, when read one after another, don't follow any logical order. Some of the links don't describe where they lead to. Some of the controls don't really explain what they do. And finally, I get these descriptions that are noisy, that don't help me understand the things that I'm trying to understand as a user of this site, which is who is presenting, what are they talking about, when is it, and how do I get there? I really thought that we were going to live in a futuristic world where AI was used to cure diseases and fix hunger and do all kinds of important things, and what I have is someone following me around describing stuff. I do want to apologize in case I'm wrong. I've had a lot of experience testing these applications that provide descriptions. I think it's really easy for them to just tag the color of somebody's shirt and be done with it. I really think this is AI, but if I'm wrong and it's not AI, and some poor volunteer spent all their time tagging these photos, I apologize to you, and I really wish you better luck next time, next year, passing the Turing test. And thank you for watching this video.
VoiceOver preview. OBS.